is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. Dane County's mask mandate is now in effect. Everyone ages 5 and up is required to wear a mask covering when they're in an indoor public space or using public transportation.
Now, you can take the mask off while you're seated, eating at a restaurant, and people with disabilities are exempt. Amy Reed tells us how these rules will be enforced. Amy?
The health department is first leaning on education before they give out citations, but if they need to, they could give you a fine. With masks now mandatory in indoor public spaces in Dane County, those without a face covering could get a fine if they refuse to comply. Marcy Paulson, an assistant attorney with the Madison City Attorney's Office, said the city and county don't think it'll come to that.
Since public health, our local department has taken control of the orders, compliance has not been an issue in general.
Paulson said the city has given out fewer than 15 citations since this year's public health orders began. She said usually asking and telling people why they have to follow the order is enough.
We've received, hundreds of complaints, and when we follow up with businesses, generally we get compliance and everyone complies. I mean, it doesn't even, because the first complaint goes to the public health office, and rarely does it even come to our office.
If that doesn't work when it comes to masks, the public health department has the authority to give you a citation. If you're in the city of Madison, that comes with a $376 fine. Elsewhere in Dane County, it's $263.50. But public health stresses the enforcement comes from them.
We're not asking businesses to enforce the order against customers. I mean, we're asking them to ask for voluntary compliance, but we do not want anyone confronting anyone, challenging anyone, or getting into any kind of arguments that you've heard around the country.
Public health says if you see someone not wearing a mask, assume they have a valid reason. If someone says that they have a medical condition that prevents them from wearing a mask, take their word for it. And if you want to report noncompliance, there is an email for that. It's compliance@publichealthmdc.com.
Amy Reed reporting live tonight. Amy, thank you.
Developing tonight, a photo was circulating on social media showing a Middleton coffee shop asking customers to remove their face masks upon entering. A customer posted a photo of this sign in the window of Hellbox Coffee reading, "Mask-free zone." He posted that his 6-year-old daughter was shamed for wearing one inside and told us over the phone that a man working at the front of the coffee shop told him the owner had a very strong mask stance, wouldn't allow employees to wear them, and put the sign up. Dozens of our viewers have sent in photos showing the sign hanging in the coffee shop window, but the owner denies it was ever posted. Our photographer also visited the store around 1:30 this afternoon and did not find the sign. The Milwaukee Common Council has unanimously approved a mask requirement for public spaces. Anyone 3 years old and up would have to wear a face covering in buildings open to the public and in any outdoor public spaces where it is not possible to stay 6 feet away from others. There are exceptions for medical conditions or religious reasons. Alders also approved a separate proposal to provide free masks to city residents.
Over the past 24 hours, about 700 new COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in Wisconsin. We saw high case numbers over the past week with 3 consecutive days of record-breaking numbers. Saturday, there were more than 900 new cases confirmed. The percentage of new tests that came back positive, 7.5%. That's down from yesterday's 10%. About 20% of positive cases are still active. The Wisconsin National Guard says a new pilot program is helping increase efficiency at testing sites. The COVID Connect online registration program was launched at the Alliant Energy Center site last week. National Guard officials say people fill out a brief questionnaire covering symptoms, contact information, and date of birth before they go to get tested. When they arrive, collection teams scan a QR code from a confirmation email to link the registration information with the person's test swab. In a press release, Governor Tony Evers said the new technology allowed for as many as 40% more tests per hour to be completed. The process also allows people to report any suspected COVID-19 exposures they've had. The technology is being used here and in Milwaukee and will be expanded to other National Guard test sites later this month.
Working out may be challenging while you're wearing a face covering. We asked Supreme Health and Fitness how they've been handling workouts. Their trainers started wearing masks weeks ago when they reopened. The fitness director says thick cotton and disposable surgical masks can be difficult to exercise in because they build up moisture. She recommends looking at masks athletic brands have been making that are a little more breathable. But she also recognizes wearing a mask during a workout isn't ideal for everyone.
I mean, we get it that some people just don't want to do higher intensity workouts with masks on, and that's why we're trying to offer options for all different people in different comfort levels. So we still do training outside without masks on, proper social distancing. We're still doing our online programming.
She says they are happy the mask mandate will allow people to be safer when they are exercising with others indoors.
Well, nice night to get outdoors, maybe burn a little energy. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
It is. The humidity levels are still fairly low. Skies have been partly sunny most of the day today, and you can see on visible cloud track, not a lot in the way of clouds here, but notice to our north and west some thunderstorms starting to develop across western Minnesota. That area may see some strong to severe thunderstorm activity develop pretty quickly. In fact, Storm Prediction Center does have a risk of severe thunderstorms to our north and west, but tomorrow that risk shifts to the south and east into much of southern Wisconsin, especially for areas north and west of Madison. Temperatures right now, very comfortable, right around 80 degrees, a little cooler closer toward Lake Michigan, but the dew point temperatures are also in the lower 60s, which makes the air very comfortable. But again, to our north and west, the humidity levels are starting to increase, so that will lead to a chance of thunderstorms perhaps as early as late tomorrow afternoon with a high of 84. The better chances for thunderstorms and severe weather will be tomorrow night. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
An online petition is asking for hate crime charges to be filed against a man who attacked a black woman and her family at Woodman's on Madison's east side last Thursday. Jamie Perez has more details describing what happened. Jamie?
Right, well, the police incident report describes this more as a parking lot dispute, but a petition online said that this was more racially charged than that. Now, both of them described that this man, 65-year-old David Lithjahan, attacked a black woman in the Woodman's parking lot. Now, the incident report says he was angry that she was blocking him from getting out of the parking stall, but denied attacking her. The petition online says he yelled racial slurs at her and attacked her and her kids. Police arrested him shortly after on suspicion of battery and disorderly conduct, but made no mention of any racial slurs being used. MPD is still investigating surveillance video of what happened and have not yet clarified if he will be charged with a hate crime.
Jamie, thank you.
There's a fundraiser to help with funeral costs for the 27-year-old woman who was found dead in the town of Madison last week. Kiara Lopez's death is being investigated as a homicide. The organizer of a GoFundMe page to raise money for funeral costs says Lopez's sister is a widowed mother of 3 who is in great need of financial assistance as she copes with this. Medical examiner says preliminary autopsy results are pending further investigation. A 71-year-old man is in the hospital after getting stuck in a grain bin. This was in Grant County this morning. Happened at a farm near Stitzer. Fire officials say David Ryder was buried up to his chest in shelled corn and unable to escape. Multiple rescue crews responded, including MedFlight. 2 hours later, he was conscious and alert when they got him out. Ryder was transported to a Madison hospital. There's no additional information about his condition. All lanes back open after a crash this morning in Verona that blocked traffic for more than an hour. The 2-vehicle crash was on Highway 18 151 eastbound near Grandview Road near the Verona Airport. Dispatchers say someone was transported for medical services.
Wisconsin has joined a group of 17 other states in a lawsuit to stop a new federal rule that says international students taking online classes must go back to their native countries. Amanda Quintana is here now with those details.
That lawsuit was filed today in Massachusetts against the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and ICE. Attorney General Josh Kaul says that policy that international students can't stay in the U.S. pressures colleges and universities to provide in-person instruction regardless of whether it's safe to do so, and threatens to cause further harm to our economy. That's because UW schools get millions of dollars from international students. Last year, international students at UW-Madison paid about $161.8 million in tuition and fees, and an additional almost $19 million in housing. UW System Regent President Andrew Peterson said, quote, "The value of international students to our universities extends beyond the financial and research support they provide Wisconsin. Their presence on UW System universities contributes to the learning opportunities and cultural enrichment provided to all of our students." Chancellor Rebecca Blank also tweeted applauding the state's involvement in this lawsuit, saying, "We must do all we can to welcome, support, and advocate for the international students in our community."
The Madison Public Library Board has decided how it prefers to cut expenses for next year. The board voted to temporarily close the Monroe Street location in 2021 and shorten hours at Alicia Ashman, Central, Penny, and Sequoia libraries. The Common Council still needs to sign off on the plan. More city agencies are expected to make cuts for next year because of multi-million-dollar revenue shortfalls related to the pandemic.
Still ahead at 6, an update on a petition to create a new statue outside the state capitol honoring a civil rights leader, and a Fitchburg movie theater closing permanently after taking a hard financial hit during the pandemic. Stay with us.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Celebrate the freedom of a great night's sleep and save big during the extended July 4th sale at Denver Mattress. Sleep cool all night long and save up to $500 on the superior cooling comfort of a Tempur-Breeze. Check out the budget-friendly queen-size Summit Firm, now only $189.99. Plus 4 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. And to celebrate Casper's arrival at Denver Mattress, score special savings on all Casper mattresses and accessories. Hurry, the extended July 4th sale at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
Planning your family's future is as much of a Wisconsin tradition as summers spent up north, the perfect tailgate, or evenings at a festival. That's why so many of us choose EdVest, Wisconsin's 529 college savings plan. Getting started online is quick and easy, and saving early, like before your children take their first step, goes a long way in making higher education a reality for them. Contribute at edvest.com to take advantage of the 2020 Wisconsin state tax deduction.
Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
At Papa Murphy's, we need seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
A Wisconsin abolitionist's descendants are asking state officials to reinstall a statue in his honor outside the Capitol. Colonel Hans Christian Haig's statue was ripped down last month, along with the Forward statue during protest against police brutality and racism. Protesters said the statue sent a false message of equality that does not exist in the state. One of Haig's great-grandsons says Haig is an inspiration to the entire family, and tearing the statue down was a, quote, gut punch. Meanwhile, a petition to add a statue of civil rights icon Val Phillips outside the Capitol has reached more than 2,000 signatures now. The goal of the Change.org petition is to reach 2,500 signatures. 2 weeks ago, Boys and Girls Club President CEO Michael Johnson asked the state board to consider the statue. Phillips was a woman of many firsts, including the first African-American in the country to be elected to a statewide office and the first African-American judge here in Wisconsin.
Tonight, Madison's Police and Fire Commission is gathering community feedback about the experiences and characteristics that should be considered when hiring the new police chief. That is happening online via Zoom right now. There's another virtual meeting scheduled for next Wednesday, July 22nd at noon, and an online survey you can fill out to provide input. You can find a link to the Zoom meeting on the City of Madison website homepage under the Today's Meetings section. Tonight, the Madison School Board is also meeting virtually. According to their agenda, they'll be voting on the contract for the new superintendent, Dr. Carlton Jenkins. They're also expected to authorize a $317 million facilities referendum to go on the ballot this November.
The new Vision IMAX Theater in Fitchburg is closing permanently. A former general manager tells us the national company has been trying for months to renegotiate leases, but an agreement was never made. 18 new Vision theaters will be closing nationwide. That's a result of the financial struggles from the pandemic.
Well, it was always kind of in the back of my mind. I knew that was a definite possibility. Our attendance has always been great. We've never had issues with that. So it was only a matter of how long this would last and what kind of precautions would need to be taken once doors do reopen.
Well, he tells us the theater was remodeled just about 5 years ago and simply didn't have a lot of equity to stay open at this time. The campaign manager says U.S. Representative Glenn Grothman's coughing fit at the state Republican Party convention over the weekend was nothing more than a dry throat. The clip of Grothman coughing at the Green Bay Conference Center has circulated on Twitter and has millions of views now. A majority of Republicans were not wearing masks at the in-person event, drawing some criticism from Democrats on social media. The campaign manager says Grothman's dry throat has not persisted and that he has no other symptoms associated with COVID-19.
Coming up in sports, the Brewers prepare for opening day with a little friendly competition. We'll hear how they're adjusting to playing with no fans in the stadium. And quiet tonight, but showers and storms are on the way tomorrow. Gary has your first warn forecast next.
Refrigerator you've always wanted now at the Brothers Maine Big Deal Refrigerator Sale. Save big on the latest from GE. French doors, black stainless, and smart refrigerators, all with 0% financing up to 18 months. And you'll get our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We make it easy to be confident in your new refrigerator. It's the Big Deal Refrigerator Sale with more selection, more savings, and more big confidence only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Trust the summer lawn and garden experts at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to create, maintain, and enjoy your ideal yard, all at great low prices. Like $70 off this Charbroil gas grill, just $279.99. This Troy-built riding lawnmower is $100 off, $1299.99. Plus, don't miss summer pet care deals, like a free $10 gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Kindness makes a world of difference at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Save at least $300 on stressless recliners and office chairs. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. There's never been a better time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort of stressless seating. Be kind and save generously at the Century House.
Hopefully the clouds die down enough tonight. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of clouds out there, but you might be able to see Comet Neowise if you look to the northwestern sky. Got to be down near the horizon, but just below the Big Dipper. You may be able to see a comet in the northwestern sky, not only just past sunset in the evening, but also early in the morning before sunrise if you look to the northeast sky, again, down near the horizon. So you might be able to see a comet, kind of a rare sight over the next couple of days, actually probably into early August. August. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. The humidity levels will start to increase during the day tomorrow. That will lead to some thunderstorms late tomorrow afternoon, more likely tomorrow evening. Some of those could be strong to severe with hail, high winds, and heavy rainfall. And then heat and humidity build in for the weekend with high temperatures in the lower 90s and heat index values around 100 as we head into the weekend. On Doppler track, things very quiet around here, but notice severe weather starting to break out in parts of northern Minnesota where a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. That's where the severe weather threat will be tonight. A few of those thunderstorms could make it down into central Wisconsin north of our viewing area, but tomorrow that severe weather threat shifts to the south and east over much of southern Wisconsin. Main threats would be high wind, 60 miles per hour or greater, mainly from Madison on toward the north and west. Large hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger, again to the north and west of Madison. And can't rule out an isolated tornado with the highest tornado threat from central Wisconsin back into northeastern Iowa. It's usually where the storms first develop. Once they form into a line, the tornado threat usually goes down and the wind threat goes up a bit. Also the potential there for some heavy rain. There'll be spots that pick up less than a ½ inch of rain over the next couple of days, and there'll be places between late tomorrow afternoon and during the day on Wednesday could pick up 2 or 3 inches of rain. Right now, it's hard to say. The central portion of the state might be the more likely spot for that to happen. So we have alert days in the forecast for the heavy rain and severe weather threat from late Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. And then we also have alert days in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday for the heat and humidity. Saturday should be dry. Sunday, there might be a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm, but both days we'll see high temperatures in the lower 90s with heat index values up around the triple digits. And notice, while Wednesday temperatures will be in the upper 70s thanks to the thunderstorms, temperatures will be back to above normal for the next 10 days. You don't see a break in that pattern other than for a day or two, mainly because of thunderstorms. Jet stream is pushed back to the north, so that's where the storms are forming initially. But eventually, as these cold fronts come through, that will bring the thunderstorm threat a little farther to the south. Right now, conditions are just pretty warm around here with temperatures mainly in the 80s, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan, but inland areas definitely in the 80s. Dew point temperatures lower 60s here. But notice how those dew points increase out to the west of us, and so it'll become more humid as we head into the day tomorrow. For tomorrow, look for a high of 84 degrees. It'll be breezy, warm, and a little more humid. Thunderstorm chances may develop by late afternoon. The better chances will be tomorrow night. You can see that on future track. Temperatures dropping into the middle 60s overnight. Again, those thunderstorms staying mainly north of us. But then tomorrow during the day, highs in the mid 80s. Here comes that line of storms from the north and west sweeping on through tomorrow night, then dying down late tomorrow night. And then as we head into Wednesday, more showers and storms popping up with temperatures mainly staying in the 70s. And again, rainfall amounts very variable. Some places less than a ½ inch, other areas 1 or 2 inches or more. 7 to 10 day forecast. The heat builds for the weekend. Maybe a little break in the heat next week, but the humidity stays high. Generally dry conditions.
And coming up in sports, L.O. Johnson is coming home, while the former Wanakee Warrior will be donning the red and white this upcoming season. That's next on News 3 Now.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Aloha, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on a fabulous tour to the Hawaiian Islands, October 14th to the 23rd. Spend 3 nights on Oahu near famous Waikiki Beach, 2 nights on the scenic Garden Isle of Kauai, and 3 nights on Kanapali Beach in Maui. Enjoy a Polynesian luau with traditional food and dance, and visit the Maui Tropical Plantation. All airfare, deluxe resorts, and more included. For more information, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
Stop into Rubens today for our annual Made in America sale. Our manufacturers have given Rubens generous discounts on all furniture made in America. Choose from beautiful sofas, chairs, and sectionals for your home. Soft leather in hundreds of colors are yours for the choosing. Solid maple, cherry, and other gorgeous bedroom pieces are also on sale. Remember, our manufacturers have given Rubens generous discounts on all furniture made in America. Hurry in today for Rubens Made in America sale on now.
Joe Biden has never been president for some very good reasons.
And where did you place in that class?
One of them is still breathtaking years later.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Really, Joe?
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
Joe Biden. Unsuited then, unsuited now. Restoration Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
A chance of storms back in the forecast Tuesday. Chris Reese will let you know what you can expect before you head out the door.
And summer vacations are anything but normal this year. We're going to share how you can do it safely.
We'll see you starting at 4:30 tomorrow.
The Milwaukee Brewers are 11 days away from opening day, so to gear up for actual games, the crew is doing something they have never done before. Hold a Blue and Gold World Series starting Tuesday, where the players get to pick their own teams, kind of like back in recess as a kid in elementary school. Now, the games will also help the Brewers get used to playing with no fans, well, except if you're Logan Morrison. He's already used to the silence.
It's not going to be very difficult. I've played with the Rays and the Marlins, used to it, and I've also don't think the noise thing's an issue. The fans pumping in all that stuff. They want to do it, they do it, I guess. But yeah, either way, it's not gonna. I don't actually hear that stuff whenever I get a hit or whenever I get out.
Barry Alvarez knows a thing or two about putting together a good defensive game plan to shut down a tough opponent. The Badgers' AD put together another plan, and this time he's asking for your help to come out on top.
We believe that defense is the key to victory. Right now, we're all defending against a common opponent. The defensive game plan to slow COVID is simple. Wear a mask in public spaces, physically distance 6 feet for the safety of everyone, and wash your hands regularly. Join us. Let's do our part as Badgers.
Speaking of Wisconsin football, it's watch list season, and Jack Sanborn found his name on another one. The Badger linebacker was named to the Benerick Award watch list, which is given to college football's Defensive Player of the Year. Last season, Sanborn led the team in tackles and interceptions. And L.O. Johnson is coming home. The former Wanakee Warrior will run track at Wisconsin this upcoming season. Johnson transferred from New Mexico, where he ran track and played football for the Lobos, and he's coming off a Mountain West indoor championship in the 60-meter dash. His dad also played football in the 80s.
He's an athlete. I remember when he played football for Wanakee. I like Logan Morrison, though. I've been to a Marlins game down there in Miami. Yeah, there's a guy in front of me reading the paper. It's quiet. It's quiet in there. Gary, it might not be so quiet tomorrow evening and afternoon, but looking pretty good tonight.
Yeah, very quiet right now, but to the north, you can see a severe thunderstorm watch has just been issued for northern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Tomorrow, that severe weather threat heads in our direction. Temperatures right now very comfortable, right around 80 degrees, give or take a degree or two. Dew point temperatures in the lower 60s. That's pretty nice as well. But look for lows in the mid-60s tonight. High tomorrow, 84. Humidity starts to increase. Could see a late-day thunderstorm chance, and then better chances for storms tomorrow night. And Wednesday, the heat builds for the weekend. Alert days in the forecast for that.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.